sales, boy! Woo! What's happening? It's OPEX, and I got another video for today. One's usually not enough. So let's do it again. Today, I want to talk about radiation. Radiation? It's not a topic I've done a tremendous amount of study on. I understand it enough. But I also understand there's absolutely no positive thing that can come from radiation. Yes, my channel's based on happiness and longevity, so it will affect both of these. Radiation, all around us. More around us now than it was 20 years ago, 20 years before that, etc. That looks so gay. Alright, so radiation is all around us. I'm using my cell phone right now. If I can hook up to a signal, it leaks radiation. Radiation is emitting from my cell phone right now. It's affecting my brain. It's affecting a lot. I just hit the fucking thing on the side of the road. That's embarrassing. As a professional driver, I can't believe I did that. I'm totally paying attention to the road, but okay. So, let's talk about why radiation is bad for you. First off, we can discuss about brain damage. You'll have brain damage, you'll be weaker, it weakens your immune system. It's not something that you can use your five senses on to detect. It's not like you can use your sight and you can identify radiation, taste, touch, smell, etc. So, when we're looking at radiation, it's not something you can detect using your five senses. It's something that you can detect elsewhere, or other ways. Elsewhere? Is that a word? Is that a phrase? Is that something? Nah, I don't think so. So, it's not something we can detect with our five senses. It's something that we can detect according to, let's say, our weakening of our immune system, our weakening of our brain power, our weakening of our cells. And like I described in my, I think it was called After Death, I made a video discussing what happens when you die, and I said that your body is controlled through your mind, and your mind is controlled through your consciousness. Now, of course, there's equilibrium, and there's ways that your consciousness and mind control your body, and etc. But the main aspect was consciousness controls your mind, controls your body. So if your body's weak, it'll affect your mind, it'll affect your consciousness. And this still applies when you're not dead and when you're dead, in my opinion. So when you're alive and you're having radiation poisoning, well, what's happening is that it's affecting your mind, it's affecting everything else, it's affecting your motor skills, you know, your organs, and the way that your body works. And that's pretty much the only way you can detect it. So let's discuss on how you get radiation problems. Let's say radiation in general, why it's all around you, how it's all around you, etc. So my cell phone right here is what I use to record. I use my cell phone for everything. To make videos, to call my work, my dispatcher, to call family back at home, to go do everything I'm doing for work, for pleasure, and for YouTube. YouTube meaning for you guys that I've never even met before. And basically I use everything with my cell phone, and my cell phone is emitting radiation. It's affecting me. Now, before I was a truck driver, I had minimal radiation. And I had a cell phone, but it was never around me. When people called me, it would take me 30, 40, 50 minutes, sometimes hours, sometimes days before I actually respond, because I didn't have my cell phone around me, and it wasn't one of these smartphones. Because I didn't give a fuck about smartphones or anything like that. I knew about radiation, I knew about poisoning, dumbing down, tracking, etc. The problems with government and cell phones and everything health related. So it was always not around me. Now that I'm a truck driver, it's always right next to me some way or another. So the problem is that I'm constantly around radiation. It's not positive for me, and when I first became a truck driver, I didn't really notice it as much as when I got my smartphone. When I got this Android phone, all of a sudden I started noticing, what the fuck is going on? I started feeling like my brain's bubbling because I wasn't used to radiation. So I felt a huge difference. This could be affecting why I lost access to my third eye. So yes, I'm pretty confident, but again, I haven't done extreme amount of research on it, and I only have my own experience on it. So it affected my mind. I lost access to my third eye. This could be also with diet and lack of exercise. But I know for a fact that it was affecting my mind. I wasn't able to say things. I felt weaker. Coming from a very, very strong health style where, you know, I was vegan, I was exercising, I was skinny, I was able to use my brain at higher dimensions, which I can't really do right now as much. And it's kind of sad. And I'm pretty confident that radiation has a big play to do with it. Now, do that. I can't stop on a dime like you can, you fucking asshole. What the fuck was that for? Oh, if that shifted my load, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Fucking asshole. Alright. You don't see me get mad very often, but when I'm mad, I'm smiling, so. And it's always traffic. It's morons. Morons that want to kill people. So, radiation really affected me in terms of my cell phone. I can tell right away. Back years ago, I heard a study about radiation, what it does to plants. And I've seen a few studies afterwards, but I seen the study, and it really made me think about why I should be staying away from radiation so much, and how it affects people and plants and etc. So I seen this study, and the study was basically they had a router, which, if you're not familiar with a router, it emits similar radiation to from your cell phone, but it's much stronger than your cell phone. It's able to travel much farther. It's radiation it's very powerful form of radiation. Your cell phone's pretty powerful, but not even close to as much as your router would be. So you have a router that emits Wi-Fi, and these Wi-Fi spots, they had a test where they had plants that were 10-15 feet away from the router, and it would be by a windowsill or some form of light, and the plants would grow fine about 10-15 feet away. Anything closer than that 10-15 feet away range would start having problems, wouldn't be able to grow, and this would be like a windowsill that was 5 feet from the router, and the 5 feet ones wouldn't be able to grow, and if they were right next to the router, they would never even start to grow. It would be impossible. With sunlight, with all the other added things, you know, like watering it, same soil, same temperatures, same sunlight exposure, and it wouldn't be able to grow because of the Wi-Fi, because of the radiation. The radiation affected the growth of the plants. They would be able to grow relatively fine 10 feet or more out, away from the router. Now think about it, because I'm not trying to put him on the spot. My dad has a router that's underneath his feet, like, you know, or like around his feet area. That's where his router is when he's at his computer. And I I can see the effect that this radiation had on him. I'm glad he moved it, but at the same time, that radiation that was coming affects him too. And that's a very powerful form of radiation. And it can lead to tumors, it can lead to a whole tremendous amount of problems. Weaken your immune system, can leave you vulnerable to other types of problems, like even cancer, to anything, you name it. You're more vulnerable to disease when you're at dis space ease. When you're in disease, you can get disease. That's how it works. If you're smiling all the time, oh, I gotta make that video too. Shit. I was thinking about what kind of video I should make. I was thinking about minimalist. I was thinking about 5-10 different things for this video. I was like, let's just talk about radiation. Get this out of the way. But that's another video that's really important that I gotta talk about. How to not get sick. Anyways. Radiation's a big deal when it comes to that. You want to keep your immune system strong. You want to keep your brain functioning strong. You don't want to be at dis-ease. I'm, for one, I don't get sick. But there are a lot of contributions that can easily make me sick. Being sick is generally all in here. So, radiation's all around you. It will kill plants. It can kill you. It's in many different forms. If you're near a radio tower, radiation. What Trump is... I hate when people say it like that. Trump is trying to start World War III. Yes and no. It's not him that's trying to start World War III. He's just doing the action of it. He's doing what he's told. And if World War III happens and nukes start dropping, you got to worry about radiation at a much higher level than your cell phone or even router. Much higher level. So you're in Wi-Fi hotspots all the time. All the time. Generally, if you're watching this, you're generally, you have a router that produces Wi-Fi instead of being connected. I suggest you connect it and don't fucking have that Wi-Fi going everywhere, so you can hook up all your devices that you're 2 fucking feet or 1 foot away from that's affecting everything about you. You want to be strong and powerful and happiness and longevity? Get rid of the Wi-Fi hotspots. Your work probably has a Wi-Fi hotspot, so you're in a hotspot of radiation. I think you need to realize that. You're in a Wi-Fi hotspot. That basically essentially means you're in a realm of radiation. This is Hitler's dream, right? Fuck telling them to go into the showers so they can gas them. They're gassing you right there in your Wi-Fi. OPEX, you're just too conspiracy-minded. No. There's look it up on research. I dare you. I actually don't dare you. I never wish this upon anybody. But if you put your head right next to that router while the Wi-Fi is going off, you'd probably start feeling your brain boiling, frying. It's not healthy. That's so obviously that's not healthy. And then to be in these Wi-Fi hotspots all day long will affect you in tremendous negative effects. And I think that's a huge issue that not many people are talking about. So definitely, I suggest for you, if you want to secure your happiness and longevity, get out of these Wi-Fi hotspots. If you need internet, go into a corded, controlled internet connection. What the fuck? These people drive so bad, man. They'll just come off the road and just... I'm not even gonna dive into it. Which should explain a lot of why you might be sick. Realize that you're in these hot spots these gas chambers, how I like to call them. They're basically gas chambers. They're subjecting you to radiation. And yeah, this is happening in America. Your concentration camp might be your workplace. So you might want to think about this. So people who are around Wi-Fi hotspots generally can't think critically, can't think in deep terms, and they might get migraines, they might get headaches, and a lot of problems can arise, tumors, etc. So think about this stuff. Even outside, you don't want to be too close to a radio tower or something like that, let alone your Wi-Fi that you're probably in, some of you, 24 hours a day. If you're anywhere near your phone, your phone's on you at 24 hours a day. I remember saying this to someone I worked at Home Depot with. He was one of those guys that has a lot of information and was very conspiracy minded and was obsessed with Nikola Tesla, and I don't want to dive into everything, but he's somebody that I could talk to at a deeper level. And I really enjoyed that whenever I can talk to people about real shit. And I remember saying to him about the radiation on your cell phone, and everyone knows that there's radiation coming off your cell phone. You knew this from the 90s, or even probably before then, that the cell phones emit radiation, it's not good for you, etc. And this was before how powerful it became. So I said to the guy, I said, yeah, it's emitting immense radiation. That's why when you're on the phone for a long time, you'll feel it. That's why when you're on a Bluetooth device for a while, you'll feel it. I have headphones. It's called Turtle Beach. You probably know what they are. I used it as a gaming headset for, I don't know, 3 years ago or something. And I thought it was corded. And I knew about the Bluetooth is all radiation. I'm skipping stories, but I'll get back to it. But a lot of radiation coming from the Bluetooth device. And I remember using it, and the second I put it on my head, and I turned it on, started frying me. And I felt it. It's not like I had this information before. The radiation thing, I think I started looking up after this, actually. After the fact that I had these Bluetooth headset, which were headphones, and it was frying my brain. I couldn't have it on for more than a minute without losing all my critical thinking immediately, because it was that powerful of radiation that I felt. Now, if I had a corded device like I usually had until it broke or whatever, I lost it, I don't know, I wouldn't have that problem. I wouldn't feel immense radiation. It's when the Bluetooth aspect happened is that I felt all the radiation. I felt getting dumber. It's not good for you, clearly. Going back to Home Depot, working with this guy at Home Depot, I said, radiation coming from your cell phone is really harmful. It's not good near your head. And then he asked me, he goes, I always have my phone in my pocket. That's right next to my balls. And I said to him, you're catching on, aren't you? And he's straight up was like, you know what? It makes sense. I mean, I don't want testicular cancer. I don't want problems like this. I want to reproduce. I want to have my testicles of use, healthy use. And ever since then, from my knowledge, I haven't seen him in a number of years now, that he doesn't carry a cell phone in his pocket at all. At all. Because it's right next to his balls. And he doesn't want to affect how that functions. Again, this isn't a conspiracy theory that is untrue. This is real life shit that's happening. And if you open your eyes to it, you can identify that this is happening and you can make the proper changes. Like Wi-Fi hotspot, you can easily fix that. Have a corded connection and all your devices hook up directly. If it's your computer, hook up the computer to the cable. Don't have it spraying all this fucking radiation at you. If you have a cell phone, they have some companies make these things where they put this thing on your cell phone or a case around your cell phone, and it takes away from the radiation. So there's ways that you can go around that stuff. Bluetooth, you don't need Bluetooth. a corded connection. If you like, for example, I don't know what happened to my Bluetooth. I think I threw it out. I have a Bluetooth that I was using for a while, and I just couldn't do it anymore because I was like, you know what? I'm just going to use, my speaker. So I started using my speaker when I'm talking on the phone. So you can have a corded connection with your Bluetooth, which is fine, That corded connection works fine. It's great use. Technology's fine as long as there's not radiation drifting into your brain, affecting a lot. And we don't have all the science behind this because we're not really studying this because we don't want people to know this. We meaning, So, there's ways around it. So, I want you to understand that the radiation all around you, you're able to get out of it. If you have cell phone towers in your area and you have strong signal in your area, try to get into an area that's not strong signal. I know that's tough for everyone because you want to be on your cell phone the rest of your life and with good signal and etc. I don't suggest it. I suggest going out into the middle of some place that don't have any bars and setting up shop there and living there. That's what I'm going to do when I go off grid. I don't want no cell phone bars. I don't want anyone to call me. I don't want, maybe a house phone or something. Maybe. We'll see what options I'll have then. And I'll make videos and stuff and updating you guys. And I guess that's about it for this video. I just wanted to let you know about all the dangers and how you can get out of these dangers. And radiation's actually a really fucking big deal. So take it into consideration. I'm not here to fearmonger. I'm not here to do anything like that. It's easily changed. You can fix this. And you will see a spark in your intelligence, in your brain activity. And, yeah. Okay, guys. See you guys later.